Hello guys, how are you all? So welcome to my channel, Cracking IELTS 9.0. So today we are going to discuss a new passage which says the palm oil, as you can see. So this is from Cambridge IELTS 17 book. Test 3, passage 2. So if you can see here on the left side, we have the passage and on the right side, we have the questions, right? So this is the first set of questions, 14 to 20. This is like find the information kind of questions here. So which section contains the following information? Okay. So you have to read the question and you have to write the number or the alphabet of the paragraph right to the question. Okay. You have to find out where is this information. Okay. And then coming to the next question, this is like choose the correct answers. You need to select two options from all these five options. Okay. And coming to the next set of questions, this is like fill in the blanks, as you can know, and you have to choose no more than two words for this. Okay. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the passage. Okay. So I'll be telling you a lot of tips and tricks in this explanation. So please have a look at the video till the end. You'll get to know a lot of logical explanations, tips, tricks, strategies to crack this IELTS reading, especially. Okay. So this one says which section contains the following information here, right? So questions 14 to 20. As I told you already, you have to read this question and you have to find out the paragraph, right? But that approach I would not suggest because it kills a lot of time, guys, right? So for example, if I read this 14th question, okay, and I start reading all the paragraphs from A to H, how much time will it take? Takes a lot of time, right? Again, I have to read the question 15 and read all the paragraphs, again 16 and all the paragraphs, right? So it will kill a lot of time. So I don't want to do that. So what is the strategy here? So the first thing is, I'll apply the reverse strategy, okay? It means I will read the paragraph A first, okay? I'll read this paragraph A and I'll find out if anything here is matching from 14 to 20 is matching with paragraph A or not. That I'll do, okay? So this is a reverse strategy that we apply, okay? So when you take the test, please keep this in mind. And if you apply this, you can save a lot of time, right? So, yep. So let's not waste any time and let's read the first paragraph A. Okay. Yes. So the first paragraph A, palm oil is an edible oil delivered. Okay. So let me, whenever you read, guys, you need to have a pencil in your hand if you're taking the paper-based test. And if you're taking a computer-based test, you need to have this marker, okay, so that you can underline like this, okay? So I want you to underline all the keywords like this, whatever you read, okay? So let's start again. Palm oil is an edible oil, okay, derived from the fruit of the African oil palm tree and is currently the most consumed, okay, the most consumed vegetable oil in the world. It's almost certainly in the soap we wash with in the morning. So it is there in the soap we wash and the sandwich we have for lunch and the biscuits we snack on during the day. Why is palm oil so attractive for manufacturers? Okay, here is a question. Now, primarily because of its unique properties such as remaining solid at the room temperature, make it an ideal ingredient for long-term preservation. Okay, this is the keyword. You can store it for a long time, right? Allowing many packaged foods on supermarket shelves to have best before dates of months, even years into the future. Okay. So we have read this paragraph and then let's read the questions now and see whether if anything is matched or not. Okay. So examples of range of potential environmental advantages of palm oil tree cultivation. Okay. So guys, did we read anything like this? A range of potential environmental advantages of oil palm tree. Did we read? No, I did not read any environmental advantage. Next, description of an organization which controls the environmental impact of palm oil production. No, I did not read about any organization here, right? Next, so 16th one, examples of widespread global use of palm oil. Okay, so I think we have read few examples, right, of the widespread global use. I think we have read something. What is that global use? So it is used in soap, it is used in sandwiches, biscuits, right? And it is also attractive because it remains solid at the room temperature. So I think this is the global use of the palm oil. I think 16th one is close enough to A. Okay, but let's keep this on hold. Okay, let's read the next ones as well. Reference to a particular species which could benefit the ecosystem of the oil palm plantations. Did we read about any particular species of animals? No. Then, figures illustrating the rapid expansion of the palm oil industry. Are there any figures or numbers here? No. An economic justification for not opposing the palm oil industry. There is no economic justification. We did not read anything about this. And examples of creatures badly affected by the establishment of oil palm plantations. No, guys. So we did not read anything about the creatures, right? So only 16th one is matching here. Correct? So what should be our answer? So 16th one should be A, right? Done. So 16th is A. We got our answer. Now, okay. So A is matching with 16. Now let's read paragraph B and try to understand whether is it matching with anything else or not. Right. So many farmers have seized the opportunity to maximize planting of oil palm trees. So between 1990 and 2012, the global land area devoted to growing oil palm trees grew from 6 to 17 million hectares, now accounting for around 10% of total cropland in the entire world. Okay, from a mere 2 million tons of palm oil being produced annually globally 50 years ago. So they were producing 2 million tons 50 years ago. Now around 60 million tons every single year. A figure likely to double or triple by the middle of the century. Okay, so what are we reading here, guys? What are these? What is this 6 to 7 million hectares or 2 million to 60 million? What are these? These are numbers, right? These are figures. So where did we read? Look at the 18th question. Figures illustrating the rapid expansion of the palm oil industry. Is it matching? Yes or no? It's matching, right? Yes. So what should be our answer? Yes, clearly this is very direct answer, guys. Okay, you don't have to get confused. No confusion at all. So 18th one is B clearly. He gave all the figures. Okay. Now, yep, let's read the C paragraph. Now, however, there are multiple reasons why conservationists cite the rapid spread of oil palm plantations as a major concern. Okay, now he's talking about some concerns here, right? There are countless new stories of deforestation, okay, habitat destruction, dwindling species population. Dwindling means reducing, okay, all as a direct result of land clearing to establish the palm oil tree monoculture on an industrial scale, particularly in Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, then endangered species, most famously the Sumatran orangutan, but also rhinos, elephants, tigers, numerous other fauna have suffered from the unstoppable spread of oil palm plantations. Okay. So here he's talking about some major concerns or disadvantages because of this spreading plantations. Okay. What is that he said? He said deforestation, habitat destruction, species populations loss. So which one is the answer? Examples of a range of potential environmental advantages. Okay. See, The question is environmental advantages, okay, not disadvantages, because all these they are disadvantages, right? Deforestation, habitat loss, and dwindling populations. The 14th cannot be. And description of an organization. No, we did not read about any organization here. A reference to a particular species which could benefit the ecosystem of oil plant. He spoke about one species like the orangutan, right? But he says the populations are dwindling and they are not benefiting the ecosystem, right? Which could benefit the ecosystem, he says. No, it is not benefiting the ecosystem. So 17th also cannot be the answer. Then, an economic justification for not opposing the palm oil industry. I don't think he gave any justification here, guys, right? So next one, examples of creatures badly affected by the establishment. I think yes. We have read some examples of creatures, right? What are they? This orangutan, rhinos, elephants, tigers, and other fauna have suffered from the unstoppable spread of oil plant plantations, right? Yes. So directly, so it's a direct answer, right? Again, 20th one, what is the answer? C. Yes, it's a direct one. So he gave examples of creatures. These are the creatures, rhinos, tigers, orangutan, these things. Okay. Right. So let's move to the next paragraph. That is D. So palm oil is surely one of the greatest threats to global diversity, declares Dr. Fernon Elwood of the University of West of England, Bristol. Palm oil is replacing, okay, rainforest, and rainforest is where all the species are. That's a problem. This has led to some radical questions among environmentalists, such as whether consumers should try to boycott the palm oil entirely. Okay, now, meanwhile, the Bhavani Shankar, okay, professor at the London's School of Oriental and African Studies, argues it's easy to say that palm oil is the enemy and we should be against it. It makes for a more dramatic story and it's very intuitive. But given the complexity of the argument, I think a much more nuanced story is closer to the truth. Okay. Okay. Let's see which one is matching here. Okay. Now, examples of a range of potential environmental advantages. No, we did not read about any advantages here. Next, description of an organization. Did we read any organization here? No, guys. Next, 17th, reference to a particular species. No, I did not talk about any species here. And an economic justification for not opposing the palm oil industry. So, did we read about any economic justification for not opposing? So, this guy is opposing actually, right? Elwood, he is opposing. Okay. And Bhavani Shankar said it should be given more nuanced story. So, no, D is not matching with any of the questions. Okay. So, let's keep it on hold. If you are doubtful, just keep it on hold. Once you read the other paragraphs, you will get more clarity. Okay. So, let's read the next paragraph. That is E. Okay, the one response to boycott movement has been the argument for the vital role palm oil plays in lifting many millions of people in developed world out of the poverty. Okay, is it desirable to have palm oil boycotted, replaced, eliminated from the global supply chain, given how many low-income people in developing countries depend on it for their livelihoods? Okay, so this is a question here. How best to strike a utilitarian balance between these competing factors has become a serious bone of contention. Okay, now in this paragraph, he's talking about uh, the employment opportunities, right? Because millions of people, they are getting employment opportunities because of this palm oil production. Right now, boycotting or replacing it is not a good idea, he says. So what is he basically giving here? He's giving the justification for opposing it, right? For not opposing the palm oil industry, right? So I think so examples of a range of environmental advantages, no. 15th, organization. We did not read about an organization. Also, we did not read about any particular species, but yes, we have read about an economic justification for not opposing the palm oil industry. This is the economic justification. Why? What is it? Because a lot of people's livelihood is depending on that, right? So we cannot replace the palm oil, and so that people will lose their job opportunities, right? So E, yes, so E is exactly matching. It is giving you justification. So E is my answer. Okay. Now let's go to the next one, that is F. Let's see which one is matching with F. So even the deforestation argument isn't as straightforward as it seems. Oil palm plantations produce at least 4 and potentially up to 10 times more oil per hectare than soybean, uh, rapeseed, sunflower, and other competing oils. Okay, now he's talking about the oil production per hectare. That's immensely high yield, which is predominantly what makes it so profitable. Okay, is potentially also an ecological benefit. Wow. If 10 times more palm oil can be produced from a patch of land that can any competing oil, then 10 times more land would need to be cleared in order to produce the same volume of oil from that competitor. Yes. So, yes, this is very clear. What is this? He's talking about ecological benefit, guys. This is the keyword you have to catch. Environmental advantage. Did you get it? Environmental advantage, ecological benefit. This is paraphrased. Okay. Synonym exactly. So examples of a range of potential environmental advantages of palm tree cultivation. Yes, examples of this. What is the example? This one. Palm oil plantations produce 4 or 10 times more oil per hectare than the soybean, sunflower, and other competing oils, right? So this is, and also it doesn't need much land, right? Which makes it profitable and potentially ecological benefit. So environmental advantage, right? So hence 14th one is F, brother. Okay. Yes, it is clear. Next. Okay, as for the question of carbon emissions, this is the one, see, range of potential advantages, right? So one is this one, high yield. Okay, the other one is carbon emissions. The issue really depends on what palm oil trees are replacing. Crops vary in the degree to which they sequester the carbon. In other words, the amount of carbon they capture from the atmosphere and store within the planet. The more carbon a plant sequesters, the more it reduces the effect of climate change. Okay. As Shankar explains, palm oil production actually sequesters more carbon in some ways than other alternatives. Okay. Of course, if you are cutting down virgin forest, it's terrible. That's what's happening in Indonesia and Malaysia. It's been allowed to get out of hand. But if it's replacing rice, for example, it might actually sequester more carbon. Okay. So these two are the environmental advantages, guys, right? See, because they produce 10 times more oil per hectare than other competing oils, and also the carbon emissions are very less in the palm oil production. So these two, so 14th one will make it F clearly, right? Now let's read the next one, G. Okay. The industry is now regulated by a group called a Round Table on Sustainable Palm Oil, right? RSPO, consisting of growers, retailers, manufacturers, and other interested parties. Over the past decade or so, an agreement has gradually been reached regarding standards that producers of palm oil have to meet in order for their product to be regarded as officially sustainable. So the RSPO insists upon no virgin forest clearing, transparency, and a regular assessment of carbon stocks, among other criteria. Only once these requirements are fully satisfied is the oil allowed to be sold as certified sustainable palm oil, CSPO. Okay, so recent figures show that RSPO now certifies around 12 million tons of palm oil annually, equivalent to roughly 21% of the world's total palm oil production. Okay, right. So this is clear. So here he's talking about the industry by a group called RSPO. So where is that? You tell me, guys, which is this one? 15th, description of an organization which controls the environmental impact of palm oil. Yes. 15th one is G clearly because he's talking about organization, RSPO, right? So yes, this is direct answer, guys. It's very easy. So organization controls, regulates. Okay, these two are the synonyms. Now we have H here. Let's read H. Okay, so there is even hope that oil palm plantations might not need to be such sterile monocultures or green deserts, as Elwood describes them. New research at Elwood's lab hints at one plant which might make all the difference. The bird's nest fern, Asplenium nidus, grows on trees in an epiphytic fashion, meaning is dependent on tree only for support, not for nutrients. Okay, and is native to many tropical regions where, as a keystone species, it performs a vital ecological role. Okay, so Elwood believes that reintroducing the bird's nest fern into oil palm plantations could potentially allow these areas to recover their biodiversity, providing a home for all manner of species from fungi to bacteria to invertebrates such as insects, amphibians, reptiles, and even mammals. Now, I think now read the 17th one. A reference to a particular species which could benefit the ecosystem. Yes. What is that species? This one. The bird's nest fern. Asplenium nidus. This is benefiting the ecosystem, right? See, whereas a keystone species, it performs a vital ecological role. So, yes, ecosystem. So, yeah, 17th one is clear. Clearly H. Okay, guys. Yes, so these are my answers for the first one set of questions. And now let's move to this choose the options. Okay. Now here what we should do, we have 5 options. Okay. And we have to choose 2 out of these. Now let's read all the options once. Okay. So which 2 statements are made? So which 2 statements are made about the RSPO? Okay. Its membership has grown steadily over the course of the last decade. So it's talking about the membership here. Did we read about the membership in this paragraph? The industry is now regulated by a group called RSPO, consisting of growers, retailers, manufacturers, and other parties. Okay. Over the past decade or so, an agreement has gradually been reached regarding standards that producers of palm oil have to meet in order to their product to be regarded as sustainable. Okay. Now, in this passage, he did not talk about any membership, guys, right? He did not talk about any membership. So I don't think A should be one answer. Okay. Let's read B. It demands that certified producers be open and honest about their practices. Yes, I think I have read this. Look at this one, open and honest. Look at this one, somewhere we read. The RSPO insists upon no virgin forest clearing, transparency. Okay, transparency and regular assessment. What do you mean by transparency, guys? What is transparency? Means clear. In and out, you should be clear. Means open and honest. These two are the exact synonyms. Okay, it demands that the producer should be open and honest. Yes. So B is one answer, guys. Clearly, direct answer. Yes. It took several years to establish its set of criteria for sustainable palm oil certification. Okay. So C says it took several years to establish the certification. Okay. Mm, So where did we read this? See, over the past decade or so, an agreement has gradually been reached regarding standards that producers of palm oil have to meet. Okay, see, yes. See, over the past decade, the agreement is gradually being reached means what? It is taking a lot of time over the decade, means 10 years. So it took several years to establish a set of criteria for the palm oil certification. Yes, it took several years because here is your answer. See, over the past decade or so, an agreement has gradually been reached regarding the standards, means slowly one by one. Okay, it took many years, gradually reaching, means slowly one by one over the past decade, means over 10 years, slowly they have built it, right? So it took several years to establish. Yes, I think C is one more answer. I think we got the answers B and C, but let us read D as well. Its regulations regarding sustainability are stricter than those governing other industries. Okay. Now here we did not read about any other industries, guys. Okay. So in this paragraph, he talks only about RSPO. So D cannot be answered. D is not given. Then it was formed at the request of environmentalists concerned about the loss of virgin forests. No. In the paragraph, nothing was given that it is formed by the request of environmentalists. No. Nowhere we read. So B and C should be our answers. Okay. So B, C, yeah, they should be our answers. Now let's move to the next set of questions, guys. Here he says no more than 2 words. It means you can write 1 word or you can write 2 words. You cannot write 3. So no more than 2 words. 2 is the limit. Okay, now let's read 23. One advantage of palm oil for manufacturers is that it stays dash even when not refrigerated. Okay, I think we read about this in the beginning, right? One advantage of palm oil. Where did we read, guys? I think in the first paragraph. It stays as even when not refrigerated. I have read this word somewhere. See, this one I think. Why is palm oil so attractive for manufacturers? Primarily because it's of its unique properties, such as remaining solid at room temperature. Okay. So make it an ideal ingredient for long-term preservation. Preservation means refrigerating. Okay. So such as remaining solid. So yeah, I mean it stays solid at room temperature means there is no requirement for refrigerating. Yes. Even when not refrigerated, it stays solid, right? So yes, guys. So our answer should be solid. Okay. It stays solid even when not refrigerated. Next, the dash is the best known of animals suffering habitat loss as a result of the spread of oil palm plantation. I think we read it here, right? In paragraph C. Yes. So, this one, guys. So, the endangered species, most famously the Sumatran orangutan. Okay, another fauna have suffered from the unstoppable spread of the oil palm plantations. So he's talking about the dash is the best known of the animals. Which one is the best known? Most famously, this is the keyword. So Sumatran orangutan. That is the answer. So I'll write it here. Sumatran orangutan. Okay. So that is our answer. And next one. So, as one of its criteria for certification of palm oil, the RSPO insists that growers check dash on a routine basis. Okay, they have to check, right? They have to check something on a daily basis. What is that? So we read it in the RSPO paragraph, right? Where is that? This one, right? So yeah, over the past decade, agreement has been gradually reaching producers of palm oil to meet for to regard as officially sustainable. The RSPO insists upon virgin forest clearing, transparency, and regular assessment of carbon stocks. Okay, what do you mean by regular assessment? A regular assessment, a routine basis. Okay, checking something on a daily basis is called regular assessment of what? Carbon stocks. Okay, the growers check the carbon stocks on a routine basis. Yes, so that is our answer. Okay. Right? So carbon stocks is our answer. Then Elwood and his researchers are looking into whether the bird's nest fern could restore dash in areas where oil palm trees are grown. Okay, let's look for that. Uh, so Elwood and his researchers are looking for the bird's nest fern. Where did we read it here, right? In the last paragraph. So the bird's nest fern grows on the trees not for nutrients and is native to many tropical regions. Whereas keystone species, it performs a vital ecological role. Elwood believes that reintroducing the nest fern into palm oil plantation could potentially allow these areas to recover their biodiversity, providing a home for all the species. Okay. Now, Elwood and researchers are looking to whether the bird's fern could restore. Restore means recover. Recover, restore. These two, they are our keywords, guys. So this is restoring in areas where palm oil plants are grown. So these are the keywords. So what is our answer? Recover their biodiversity. Yes. Restore the biodiversity. That should be our answer, guys. So these are my answers, guys. I hope I have done it in a logical way, and I hope you are understanding my explanation. Okay. So guys, if you have any doubts or if you are not understanding my explanation, please let me know. Okay. Only when you comment it, then only I'll then only I'll know, right? If you don't tell me, I'll never know. So please, if you like my explanation, please leave a comment. And if there is an improvement, please suggest that. And also, if you want me to do any specific passage other than the Cambridge books, then please let me know. Just write the title of the passage in the comment section, then I'll take care of it. Okay. I'll try to solve those passages for you. Right. So I hope my explanation is clear for you, and this should not take more than 18, 19 minutes than to solve this passage. This was a bit easy. But the next one, the passage number 3 will not be easy. The difficulty level, it keeps on increasing. So this was a moderate one, but the next one will be difficult. So if you want to know more tricks and tips and tricks, so just stay connected. Please watch my videos till the end so that it will be helpful for you guys. Yes, so thank you so much for watching the video. If you like it, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please suggest to your friends if anyone is willing to take the IELTS test, it will be really helpful for them. You can suggest to your family members and friends so that my video could be shared. Okay. Uh, yep. So thank you so much, and let's meet again in some other video with a new passage. Bye bye.